So Turki Alalshikh is a big surprise for all of us boxing fans, and Shakur Stevenson, a shrinking ring this Saturday during Shakur's fight with William Zepeda. I've seen a lot of people are worried about this. A lot of people are complaining. A lot of people are very worried about it. I've seen people saying they're going to completely boycott the fight if this happens. They're going to absolutely refuse to watch it. It's a disgrace on the sport. And yes, if this was actually going to happen. Do I think that they are going to end up shrinking the ring? No, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't see a way how that is possible. I feel like people need to think logically about it. Like, how's it physically possible to shrink a ring in a minute breaking rounds? How are they going to shrink the ring round by round? It's not possible. It's not possible. There's no proper explanation on how they're going to do it. It's obviously a joke. I feel like people who think that this is real are pretty stupid. But I mean, the comment from Turki Alalshikh, I feel like is pretty pathetic, and I feel like it does show he is a pretty casual fan of the sport overall. I feel like that's what it does show, in my opinion. It shows Turki Alalshikh as a massive casual who doesn't really appreciate defensive boxing. And look, do I think Shakur Stevenson's entertaining to watch? No. I think he's very boring, to be honest with you. But he is, in my opinion, the best defensive boxer in the sport right now. That's my opinion. I don't think he's entertaining to watch, but he's a very good fighter to look at and learn off, in my opinion. He's not a fighter who, people would want to go back and watch for entertainment. But if you want to watch a boxer for, skill for skill, learn something off them, then Shakur Stevenson can be one of them. It's not like, you don't want to, it's not like, oh yeah, you're doing it just to want to fight like him, because, there's going to be people who want to be more entertaining than that. But defensively, he's incredible. Incredible defensively, Shakur Stevenson is, and he's a very good boxer to learn off, in my opinion. But if you're in it for entertainment, I get it. You're not gonna want to watch him. You're gonna find him boring. Fair enough. That's how I look at it, to be honest with you. If you want tips off of someone, Shakur Stevenson's a good guy to look at his style. But if you want to watch boxing just for pure entertainment, then you're not going to watch him. He's boring. But from Turki Alalshikh, who, is probably has the biggest influence on the sport right now, saying all of this, bringing out these kind of comments, I feel like it's stupid of him. I feel like it's stupid of him, to be honest with you. And I feel like there's not really any need. I feel like it just exposes the fact that he is a casual boxing fan at the end of the day. He is. That he's making all these kind of comments about, oh, let's shrink the ring. He thinks, the thing is though, Turki Alalshikh thinks that this is what the fans want to hear. He thinks it's what the fans want to see. And there might be some people out there who want to see this. They're going to be disappointed when they find out it's not actually going to happen at the end of the day. So, yeah, but it's not going to happen for people who are worried about it. I'm 100% confident. I'm 100% sure he's joking. It just kind of exposes him as a bit of a casual of the sport who just doesn't really appreciate skilled fighters overall. I feel like that is something that this comment from Turki Alalshikh does show. And very clearly, I feel like it shows he has no respect for Shakur Stevenson whatsoever. And I get how Shakur Stevenson and his team are saying that they want to try and stand with William Zepeda a bit, but will that actually happen? Probably not. Shakur Stevenson needs to move. I mean, look, at the end of the day, if they were to shrink the ring, which they're not going to do, if they were to shrink the ring, then William Zepeda is going to win the fight because it plays into his game. It's unfair if they shrink the ring. It's not. If they were to shrink the ring, then if William Zepeda was to win, it's like no one would care because he didn't win a fair boxing fight at the end of the day where, there's all different kind of styles. But in a normal size ring, if Williams better wins, then yeah, of course, he deserves all the credit in the world for doing so. But that's how I look at it. But I feel like people are stupid to think that this is actually going to happen if you think about it logically, to be honest with you. I feel like people are stupid to think it will happen. It's not going to happen. It's not possible for them to suddenly shrink a boxing ring that easily. People say, oh, well, there's loads of money that Turki Alalshikh can just throw onto doing it. But where, though? How are you suddenly going to get this done? He tweeted this out yesterday on the 6th of July. How's he gonna suddenly do this like in a short amount of time? I feel like people are really stupid to think that this is true. And people saying, oh, you never know, money could do something here. A ring like that, to try and shrink a ring, you're gonna have to put loads of money into it, lots and lots of money into it, and it's gonna take time to do. And yes, Turki Alalshikh's got the money for it. He would do it if he really wanted to. He's not going to, though. But again, if this was actually going to happen, then, it would take a long time to sort out, and you'd need a good plan of action. And there just simply isn't one to be able to do so. So people need to stop jumping to conclusions. There won't be a shrinking ring. If there is, I'll be here having a massive rant about it. But there's not going to be a shrinking ring. I've seen loads of people say, no, I'm going to skip the fight now. I'm fuming. It's not going to happen. I don't know what people are worrying about here. Yes, if he was to do it, he's ruining the sport. The fact he's making comments like this, I don't think it's a good look for Turki overall. It's not a good look for him as the biggest influence on boxing. It's not a good look for Turki Alalshikh whatsoever, trashing fighters. I mean, look, fans can do it because they're not an influence on the sport at the end of the day. But when you've got the biggest influence on the sport right now, Turki Alalshikh, saying all this, I feel like it's a very bad look. It's a very bad look. And I feel like it would make a lot of boxers lose respect for him, and a lot of us fans lose respect for Turki Alalshikh as well, making all these kind of comments. I feel like it's weird. I feel like it's very, very, very weird. But it's not going to happen. So relax, everyone. That's what needs to happen. Everyone needs to relax.